Van? Vanguard?
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Okay. I'm gonna wait a little bit while for everybody show up. But how was your day so far?
Not too bad, man.
All right. I gotta. Yeah. All right.
Been working pretty heavily, so
Yeah. Yeah. Wiz, it says his stomach's not feeling well, so he won't. He might not be here, but if he is, he's not gonna talk a lot.
it's all right.
I know. But everybody else was really kind of saying they would be here, and no, you're the only one that showed up so far. I should add them. So, so have you played more of the Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah, man, I've been enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, I think the reason I was having problems with it, in the multiplayer, because I had the Twitch thing, and it kept screwing up my game. And when I went out of it and reloaded the game and did it on my own, it was working fine.
Huh? Yeah, I get the feeling they haven't really fully set that up.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Man, hmm. This is interesting. Oh, do I need to bring Husky? Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
how's it going?
Did you have
No.
trouble getting into the thing? I made it
Yep.
work. Hmm. Well, so have you guys been today? How you been?
Tired.
Yeah. Well,
I just didn't get enough sleep.
uh,
Yeah.
well, sorry if I'm bothered.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice. Just weather.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay. I don't know if Sharky's gonna be here. He hasn't responded to me, so otherwise, okay. Let's just kind of get down to business. I'm sorry about this van. I thought I was gonna have a little more people here.
All good.
Is Wiz gonna be here?
Who?
Wiz?
He's having a little stomach problem.
Ow.
So, with Baldur's Gate 3 that came out, but it's in order. Do you think it's gonna get a lot better towards when it officially comes out?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I yeah.
I'm just waiting for them to fix like the bugs on multiplayer. It just makes it really
Yeah,
unplayable.
especially when you're running the Twitch thing, it really makes it unplayable.
Yeah.
Because I think they were able to choose like dialogue options, and you guys were able to choose, and then the Twitch chat was supposed to, but those two working against each other is not gonna be good. So it
Yeah,
probably
and
broke.
also I think the overlay didn't work because I should be able to see your character status from Twitch, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. It could have been like combined.
Multiplayer like conflict with the
Yeah,
add-on. Uh,
I'll have to try it out alone to see if it works in single player.
Because when I go to other people's stream, like I saw a little player icon overlay on the screen, so
Yeah.
when I hover over there, I can see the character, like the equipment and status.
Yeah. Very. Yeah. I hope that gets. It's probably because I was playing multiplayer and all that, and the bugs still haven't worked out completely.
True.
As somebody who played a whole hell of a lot of Divinity Original Sin and Original Sin 2, like I can already see so many improvements that they've done between Original Sin 2 and this.
Yeah.
Just working with the UI and even just some of the commands that they've added in feel really a lot more intuitive. And I mean, there's a lot that they're having to work with because they're trying to stay true to D&D as much as they can. And I'm very curious to see how some of it plays out, especially things like just even some of the spells. I'm really curious how they're going to make Disguise Self work and how useful it's going to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Um. Yes. It's a really interesting like to have all the D&D spells and all that kind of be in the game. Even though I don't know how most of them work because but it's the character customization and all that. It looks just like how I was doing, like how you make a character on D&D Beyond, kind of, except different per se. I just okay.
I never like take a focus, like I never take a look into the character creation because I just hop into a multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Is is like the menu different from like Divinity
Oh,
or?
it's way more intricate than Divinity's character creation system. With
Oh,
Divinity, you had like what you could pick a talent or two. You picked
yep.
like your 3 starter spells and like what class you started as, I think, as well as like
Luna,
you
come on,
customize your look.
come on.
Yep.
With Baldur's Gate, they've got like you're picking your race, you're picking the stats and bonuses you're getting for being that race because it gives you like a selection of them for the most part.
Ah.
You pick where your bonus stats go from your racial perspectives. Where like being like an elf might give you more dexterity and things like that. They'll
Yeah.
give you your primary one, but also let you adjust the minor ones. Um, the character customization is like itself, just like the way you look. It's 10 times as much at least per character that Divinity had. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Nice.
then I mean, just with there's also like picking your class spells and things like that. For all the spells that they've already got in, you're actually choosing what starting spells you would like you would with a new D&D character. You actually have to pick a background and you get your bonuses based on that. It's like the full D&D character creation in a game. It's pretty good.
Like, is it kind of like how they do it on D and D Beyond?
Yeah, I'd say it's fairly close.
Yeah. Okay.
They're using a different stat system. I mean, it's still the same stats as D&D, but they're using like a 27 point system, and I think that is like a way to do it. I just had never used it myself.
All right. Did you hear
Did
that? Yeah.
any of you play the like the previous Boulder Gate?
Oh yeah, I played the old Baldur's Gates. I played like Icewind Dale.
How different is it to now than
Oh,
it was?
it's like night and day difference. Those are old school games, man. They were really fun, but they are very aged.
Outdated.
They are definitely like old school, like some of the more difficult RPGs you could play in terms of complexities. Even back then, it was still really fun though. They had like again, that was a whole game that had these intricate systems in it, and they had their own unique ways of doing it. But that was also older versions of D&D as well.
Yes. Okay. How as D and D kind of came from D and D into 5e, have you played all versions of the D and D style games?
I have played 3, 5, and 2.
Which one was more of the one you would like to play more?
They're all interesting. I mean,
Which one's
D&D is has always been like one of those systems where as they learn new ideas or people bring better ideas to the table, they try to improve on it. I mean, you see games like Pathfinder. Pathfinder, I believe, is an offshoot of D&D 3, and essentially they took those mechanics and they tried to expand on it and they made their own game out of it. And it's still very popular,
yeah?
but I think it's really what you're looking for in a game. Like, do you want to be mechanic heavy or are you going story heavy? I would say Pathfinder is very mechanic heavy. That was about the most mechanic heavy point D&D was ever at. And 5e kind of moved into a tell me a story kind of system. And so a lot of it is based on not just combat and things like that, but a living world and things to do in there and the mystery behind a lot of the things and asking questions and having one answer provide like 5 more questions, and it's supposed to be more sandbox, I guess would be the best way to put it.
All right. Um, what do you favor more in D and D? Do you favor story or combat?
I love a good story. That's definitely my thing for sure. I think combat is fun and combat can be I know a lot of people who that's all they care about. They like it's one of those things of where I have had quite a few players that they aren't paying attention to the story. But the second I say, roll for initiative and get ready, that's when they start paying attention because that's their key. Um, you see a lot of characters play like, or a lot of players play things like a simple barbarian who doesn't really care about anything but glory and fighting and things like that. And that plays fairly well into the barbarian tropes, but it doesn't mean that's you know all they want either. I think Emo's a good example where he's playing a character that's not too smart, but he is still paying attention to things that are going on. But what I like about his play style is that he is making sure to not like metagame the stuff that he knows his character wouldn't really understand. That's where the big difference comes in.
All right.
For me though, I I don't play a player too much. I can count on one hand the campaigns I was a player.
So you've been mostly a DM for all your games?
Oh yeah,
Okay. Are you like those forever DMs kind of thing?
I love it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like playing a player, but being a DM is its own fun in the fact that I would definitely say in a lot of games I tend to be like an alcoholic. When you're playing your MMOs and you have like 10 different characters, you can never choose which one you want to play. I'm that way in D&D. Like
Uh,
I want to do different things. I want to try different things out. And as a player, once you kind of choose your character, you're pretty much stuck to it.
yeah.
And it's kind of frowned upon to like try to get the party in danger and get yourself killed just so you can re-roll that kind of thing. So you kind of have to stick to your decisions. As a DM, you really don't have to stick to that too much, other than the story itself.
All right.
I can try new things out, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. If it does, it's a lot of experimentation and just seeing how if something sticks, and that's kind of the part I like about it.
All right. That's pretty interesting. I didn't really. I don't. Man, it's really interesting to kind of see the brain of kind of how somebody would play. Like some of them are want to be players, but some of them are just wanting kind of more to be a DM to create stuff.
I've always been that kid that even growing up, I did nothing but read fantasy books. I've been always a super nerd. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking over at a shelf of like 100 something D&D based novels. Like I still have them all, even though I haven't read them in years. But so like the world has always interested me, and I always wanted to be able to like add my own stuff to it, and that's where DMing kind of came in.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. um, what is the has any okay? In all your D&D games, you kind of D&D games that you DM'd or played in, was there like somebody who rolled like a really bad stat at the time and something hilarious happened?
Oh, all the time. I think some of my favorite things about D&D is failures are more fun than succeeding. Failures tend to bring more interesting situations to the table. Like I was in a D&D game where we were supposed to be stealthing into a a hideout, and the clinky paladin, basically full plate armor. So he's like, and the way that works is plate armor has like bad stealth,
Yeah.
and as the rogue was looking at a trap, he had just done his thing, and he saw that there was a trap on the door, and it was literally just like a simple string attached to bells, and the barbarian just or the paladin just walks right up as he was getting ready to cut it, and basically kicked it, and it caused this whole stealth mission to go to hell.
All right.
And then it became just a huge scramble for saving our lives, and everybody just panicking, and it was fun, but it was chaos.
Yeah. That man. That's actually kind of awesome. But it's bad that you messed up the stealth mission. But like, having moments like that's kind of fun.
Yeah, that was his character didn't like to hide. He was proud and things like that, so he was playing into it, and so I could understand that from his perspective. It definitely threw a wrench in the plans, but that's just kind of how that game can go sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. All right. This is not a D&D question, but I'm gonna go back kind of towards the next generation kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did you know that they're bringing GTA 5 to the new PlayStation 5 and that I believe the Xbox Series X? Is
I'm not shocked. I mean, Rockstar, they know
yeah, but
when to try to get as much money as they can. Let's be honest.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see like Red Dead 2
I
ported
could
over.
almost see it as like a delay tactic, so to speak. I mean, it's just assumptions, right? But if you port it over to the new console, even give it like better graphics and things like that, that's still going to tide people over, and it's a new influx of money while
Yeah,
they're still working on whatever projects they're working on.
yeah. Uh,
I mean, look at Skyrim. You damn, I would not be shocked if we saw Skyrim for the PS5 and the new Xbox.
Yeah, I think it will be on like new PS5, Xbox. Like, even the Switch got Skyrim, right?
I
yeah.
think so.
The Switch does have
Yeah.
Skyrim. It's a little weird, but yeah, it's the controls you can do it weirdly on the Switch. I believe. I think you can use the motion controls, but I'm not too sure.
Like they are not gonna let GTA 5 go until 6 comes out.
But when is 6 coming out?
Oh, God knows.
That's
Oh,
what
I
I'm
don't think we'll see
saying.
it for at least another 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, if they've been working on 6 secretly for the last, because GTA, I believe, when it first came out on the PlayStation 3 and that, I believe Xbox 360, it was
Yes.
2013. It's like the life cycle of a game doesn't last that long most of the time, where it's come into basically 3 generations of consoles. Well, Skyrim is like one of the best games. I never got to fully play Skyrim. I have it. I just haven't got
Like,
the chance to play it most all the way.
Skyrim was one of those games where I don't even think I can tell you I ever played the regular game. I think from day one that I ever had it, I started modding it.
yeah,
Well,
same.
the one thing is just I ended up on a mountain my first time playing it, and it's like you're the Dragonborn, and here's a spell. And I was like, okay, and then it's like, all right, go on. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do now?
It's That's actually an interesting game because for a game that's so popular, I actually know quite a few people who refuse to play it.
Yeah, true. Yep.
Their idea being that if you have to mod a game that much to get enjoyment out of it, then it's not worth the money in the first place
Well,
because you're not playing the actual game.
yeah, but some of those mods are hilarious. Like turn the dragons in.
Bethesda, Bethesda's always like, it's not a bug, it's a feature, and then people use a mod to fix it. Like,
Yeah, it's kind of a
yeah,
lazy
every
developer
game.
system.
But Skyrim wise, like, when it's get modded, it add more like layer to the gameplay, I guess. But still, the basic is not bad. Like, after 1 or 2 years, like, I finished Skyrim, when I was running around, I can still run into some quests I never done before. Like,
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah, it's still really good basic game. It's not bad. I mean,
I
it's
think
not
I was
really.
100
It's
hours in before we ever actually did the main story.
oh God, okay. Like,
Look, what I'm saying is that yeah, oh yeah, okay, lost the train of thought. Like Skyrim was the mods. That's what it's mostly known for, though. I
Yeah, I'm
see a
kind of
lot of people like it's like, oh yeah, I have all these mods installed in Skyrim. I was like, oh okay, you go in and mod it. You don't really play the game regularly. I could be.
but
I'm.
but the basic systems there, like the dragon, the story, that's what support the mod. But like, if you just put a mod in a random game, it won't be fun like Skyrim.
That's true.
I think it needs the right kind of mindset for a game to be that kind of successful. I'm not even sure it's necessarily it was Skyrim being the game itself that made it successful. I feel like the reason Skyrim did so well was they already had so many games. You know, they had Morrowind and they had Oblivion right before those that were also modded completely into entirely new games. So it's like people kind of almost went into it with the expectation of just an improved engine and the improved ability to have new content being built by players, not necessarily by the devs.
Yeah.
I don't think a new game could pull that off. You really couldn't say, "Here's a game that's pretty much a shell.
Aren't they
Have
making
fun."
aren't they making a new like Elder Scrolls
Yeah,
game?
Elder Scrolls 6, no ETA.
Ooh.
Yeah, no ETA. Like,
Yeah,
and
what?
no, to be honest, Skyrim, I think they are one of the lead like open or like world game like to that good, right? Like before Skyrim, there isn't really a open world game that's that popular.
True.
Like they pretty much open up the door to like open world. Like after this, or everybody, every developer just want to make an open world game.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, when they made The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild an open world game, it kind of changed kind of Zelda. I don't know if they're going to go back to like what they've done before, but it opened up a new way for Zelda.
When you talk
Yeah.
about especially like you mentioned GTA coming to the new consoles, like, and I don't know, man. Like, especially with GTA 6, I got to be honest. I was never a big fan of GTA 5. I know it that I mean that's just one guy's opinion, but
Well, yeah, no,
I thought the main story was interesting, but I thought online was just kind of boring.
online sucked. In my opinion, because people were always hacking it, always causing problems, and you're
Yeah,
just
I only
you,
play online with my friend. That's it.
yeah. It's like if you're
Red
playing.
Dead kind of ended up being the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Rockstar. They're like, oh yeah, play our games, and then they keep releasing a game, and it's like, oh, the multiplayer. That's what they're making their money off, but it sucks as hell.
And
Sucks
they
bad.
never
Fixed it.
fulfill the promise. They promise so much before the game comes out. They are like the multiplayer gonna have like character interaction or like player interaction or like co-op mission, but when the game launch, we never get those. We just get tons of like connection issues. But so today,
Husky, you're kind of coming in as a robot for me.
oh shit. Let me.
What about you, Vanguard? What is he?
I don't know. He's fine for me.
Okay, then it's me somehow. Well, yeah, Vanguard. You're probably. I'm in the like Arizona, and he's all the way. Yeah, it's probably.
I'm across the sea.
Yeah, like because
So,
Van
like
is like.
GTA,
Yeah, what?
Van's fine for me. No, GTA like online is like I don't know. It's just not a good multiplayer. It's not even a real multiplayer at the start, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
You
if
can not. Yeah.
if I'm playing with friends, I'm down to play it online as long as it's our own kind of section. But if you're playing like in the main section, I won't do it because it's not fun anymore because people are hacking. You can get your account banned if somebody hacks and gives you a
Yeah.
ton of money,
Somebody drops you money. Yeah.
and then they like Rockstar's like, why is he getting all this money? Banned.
Yeah. I tried to appeal once. It never worked.
Yeah. Rockstar just needs to come up with like their story mode for most of their games is really good. Their multiplayer just hasn't done well, but that's how they're getting their money.
Yeah. Like they put every game in game the price so high that I keep encouraging people to buy shark card. It's just annoying, to be honest. Like every facility or every like supercar is like what, tens of thousands to like $1 million, and you need to grind like, oh hello Shaki,
Oh, hey Sharky.
you need to grind the game for like what, 24 hours to get those money and just buy it. Like,
Yeah.
no.
Like most of the time when I'm playing GTA and I want to get something done, I know a lot of people are like, why do you buy these cash cards? It's like it's so much easier to do it to get stuff done if I'm playing with friends. Because
That's
Yeah, but
always been a big issue with mine. Like I'm not a huge fan of microtransactions, anyways.
yeah,
But
yeah, and not
I
spending
dislike
money.
instantly just about any game that purposefully makes getting stuff legitimate like extremely hard
yeah,
just to entice you to pay money.
yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I
like
hate. Like GTA, it's like, oh, a mission. Oh, here's a couple thousand for completing this mission, or the heist. Here's a hundred k that you have to split, kind of two way.
yeah, like my friend and I cannot afford shortcuts, so we when we want to buy something, we need to like spend 2 whole week just grinding a set mission to like over and over again.
That's what at the point. It's like if multiplayer gets to the point where it's literally just like, hey, here's a pay to win. It's they need to do something about it.
Yeah.
Like what's the new game, Ratchet and Clank that's coming out for PlayStation 5? That's coming out on launch title Rift Apart. That's a game I can't wait to play because it's like you don't have to deal with microtransactions or anything.
True.
Like if
But
you, what?
but they could still put something in there.
Yeah, but they haven't. I played every other one of their games. They haven't done it.
True.
Their stories, like there's a couple stories that are questionable in the Ratchet and Clank series. The team ups between the heroes and villains, which are kind of questionable.
I've always
Uh,
been one of those people where if they're gonna charge me for a skin or something that doesn't impact the game, I don't care. By all means, people can do what they want, but if you're gonna
Affect the
do things like
gameplay.
selling currency and things like that drives me nuts. 'Cause
oh
it,
yeah,
A ruins most video game economies that have an
Yeah.
economy.
Yup.
Yep.
Hate it. Also, hi, holy, now that voice mod is done downloading.
Oh,
What-
you updating the voice mod?
voice mod.
It's a voice changing and the soundboard
Oh, okay. Well,
program.
Well, it's both of those things, but it's also my, like,
everything.
it's my my digital audio mixer, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm using the voice meter.
I'm using a Go XLR. I don't know. I'm starting to learn it a little better. I can do. I need to press FX and then change up the tune.
Yes.
I. So have you guys? I can't wait to play this. Also, another game is the Spider-Man Miles Morales one. You know,
Yeah, I can't wait to watch people play through that.
wait,
I'm gonna watch people play first.
uh,
I don't have a pre-order on a PS5. I also don't have the money to blow on that. And if I had the money to
Same.
blow on that, I'm gonna get a VR first because I want VR.
so if I
I should get a new PC first.
is your PC good to run with VR?
It's a VR-ready computer.
Okay, then you're good to go. Yeah, once you get your VR thing, you'll be good to go.
Yeah, this was my best friend's computer before I bought it from him, and he bought the computer with an Oculus. Like
Yeah.
he bought the Oculus and the computer at the same time because it was a VR ready setup.
I don't mean to be rude, but every pre-order thing went to shit this year. Pre-ordering the
Yeah.
PlayStation.
Just being honest.
Well, yeah, no. The PlayStation 5, it was hard to pre-order. Xbox, pre-orders literally sold out in minutes. With the new graphics card, the 380s and all that, sold out
That's
seconds.
380.
What?
Like how does people like get those money? Like is the price is like sky high and
Here's the thing, Huskers. They don't.
they don't
You put it on credit card.
Here's what they do.
credit card.
Yeah.
Immediately place a pre-order on an item. They have a bot that immediately places a pre-order on an eBay page that goes to their account. So once you know, their pre-order
Oh.
comes in, their pre-order comes into the eBay page, they make the money.
But
Yep.
I thought you're not allowed to sell any pre-order items on eBay. They have to sell it and ship it in 30 days.
Welcome to the world of scalping, my guy.
Well, yeah, I didn't know about scalping until I pre-ordered my PlayStation.
As somebody who's been in the collecting scene for the last 15 years, it's fucking atrocious.
It it is annoying to try to find like I got an email from the official PlayStation, when they said, "Hey, if you want to pre-order,
Yeah, when Sony was sending out the
here's
emails.
an email." And I was just like, "You know what? I'm down. Let's try it." I literally loaded in and I woke up around 11 o'clock, and I was like, an hour later, 12. I was like, "Hey, I do have this pre-order thing." I click on the website, pre-order, and I got it. It was that easy. But everything everywhere else, like Best Buy, Walmart, Target, GameStop, it was atrocious.
Yeah. And
Did
here's
you,
the ironic part about
ye-
that is, you know why? Is because
Well, Sony said, "Oh yeah, pre-orders will be tomorrow," and then the companies were like, "Yeah, let's do it today."
And
Oh,
you know why the companies can get away with doing that is because most often than not, the companies will distribute to vendors and stores and companies more often than their own warehouses.
Yeah.
So if you pre-order through the company themselves, chances are you're going to get it at a later date.
Well,
I have 5 different action figures on pre-order through Hasbro Pulse that are already popping up everywhere else. And they also have a later date on Hasbro Pulse
Well,
on when
I
they're
also
showing up.
I also paid for I have PlayStation Plus, so I didn't have to pay but it says get delivery on launch date November
right.
12th.
Mhm.
I got that at least. Maybe it'll work, hopefully, but
Oh, I'm sure it will.
yeah. I'm gonna go a little bit kind of weird. You know the game, the Hogwarts game that's coming out, the Harry Potter game.
The PS5 one, yeah. What
Yeah.
about it?
I don't think it's gonna sell well because of the controversies, but it looks good. But I don't know, the connections to it. It might not sell well because of that.
I
think it will because the Harry Potter's name's still
She,
it's big.
yeah, but she also doesn't Yeah, I know, but she's like,
But not, so there's not many people pay attention to her. Like most
bullshitter.
people know, yeah.
I'm not trying to cause a controversy kind of thing. I'm just kind
I
of
know.
saying hey, this game might not do well, or there people are gonna buy it and immediately burn it and not play it because of.
I don't know. It's
mean,
her
it's
IP,
not-
yes, but
But
she's only gonna get a small portion of that money. Most of that money's going to the game developers. And the
Well-
company that it's actually
well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But didn't she have to sell the game rights, so she'll only get kind of a percentage of it?
No.
Because don't you have to sell
Okay,
your
well,
rights?
Here, Merlin, let me break it down to you this way. So, you know how George Lucas sold Star Wars,
Yeah,
sold Lucasfilm to Disney?
yeah.
It's still George Lucas's IP, so in some way, Lucas still makes money off of everything Disney does with Star
Oh.
Wars.
Yes, like for copyright, there's two
goes-
parts of rights you have. The one belongs to author; they can never shift or sales to other people. They
Oh.
always belong to the author.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's gonna be the same with Warner Brothers and the Harry Potter franchise.
Oh.
Or Universal, whichever of the two. Isn't it Warner Brothers?
It's Warner Brothers, but Universal
Yeah.
Studios is connected to Warner Brothers. I believe. I could be wrong.
Your guess is as good as mine. You know more about Harry Potter than I do, so.
I've stayed out of the Harry Potter scene because of all this controversy. Because I disagree with her completely on everything.
Like to be honest, well, this says maybe an Eastern thing, but here not many people pay attention to J.K. Rowling. Like most people know there's gonna be a new Harry Potter game, but they don't know what she
Well,
she said on Twitter or
My
Yeah.
personal opinion is who gives a shit what she says. Like, you know,
It's,
every in
if it's a
to
good game, it's a good
everybody,
game.
yeah, to everybody anywhere. Like, you know, there's obviously like set and created universes. Like, ooh,
Star Wars.
good example, Dungeons and Dragons. There's books on how you should play the game and everything, but like people take that universe and run with it and they make it their own and they make their own headcanon, they make their own universes, storylines, plot twists, like everything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same with any kind of intellectual property. You don't have to adhere to
There.
No.
Okay. Okay. I
stuff
wasn't
like
sure.
that, but yeah.
You know, I was just like, it's an upcoming game. It's a game that looks good, but I wasn't sure kind of how to bring it up because there's so many problems with the person. Well, let's move. Oh, the Godfall game. I saw it a while back. It looks good, but I don't understand really what it is.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what the Godfall?
I heard of it, but I never watch it, the trailer or anything.
All right, let's watch it together.
Mbab. I don't know what that is.
Godfall
We owe.
PS5. I pre-ordered it anyway.
Oh,
Alright.
did you pre-order? Which version of PS5 did you pre-order?
I bought the disc version.
Nah.
The digital version, like, I would like it. It's just sometimes I don't have good internet.
Digital
So-
PS5?
Yeah, there's a digital PS5.
Just disk driveless. That's literally the only difference.
Yeah, just
Oh,
to have a disc drive.
okay.
That's it.
It's
So
cheaper
like a lot of
because they
modern
figure they're
day,
gonna get more money
gaming
off you.
computers.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah,
Well,
it's literally like a lot of modern day gaming computers. My computer has no disk drive. Doesn't even have a port for one.
yeah. Here, okay. Do you see the screen right now?
Yes.
Hold on. Let me
Yes.
move. No. I'm a good streamer. I know what to do. All right.
OBS, please. Oh, Gearbox. Interesting.
Was that it? Oh no. Okay.
I was gonna say, if that was it, that was kind of depressing. But also, everything about that opening felt like a medieval Michael Bay movie.
Like,
Oh, there's a gameplay video.
yeah. I'm, this is probably. Oh, hey, Beaver. Oh,
I like the helmets a lot.
I like the sword.
yeah. It's fucking amazing. I had to do it because redeemed a point.
Oh my god, it's Ghidorah.
So, yeah, look at holiday 2020, meaning November 12th.
Interesting.
See, okay, we'll look at the Ratchet and Clank trailer like I was talking about. Not the. Would it be announcement trailer? Let's look at the announcement trailer. This is the game I'm looking for, too.
Surprised they still put the Insomniac title on it. They might as well just call it Sony PlayStation Studios.
You all right back there? No way. It appears that the dimensions are collapsing.
It's
on
so
one another.
beautiful.
If we cannot get to right, the ship. I mean, we can't be that far. I have it in my sight. They have found us, Ratchet. are weakening considerably.
Rail grinding. Now, where have I seen that before?
Hey, it was a part of the Ratchet and Clank series since 2001.
Well, it is certainly not good.
But where have you seen rail grinding before? Sharky?
Beats me.
Die up. I'm sorry.
Huh? What? No, I was reading.
Uh,
What was the Ratchet and Clank game that came out in 2001?
Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, he's been redesigned, Beaver. It's a different look.
I
Not-
think Rail Grinding and I think Jet Set Radio.
Same. Actually, the first Ratchet and Clank came out in 2002.
Well, I was off a year.
And Sonic Adventure, which did rail grinding to promote soap juice, came out in 2001. That's what I was thinking of.
Well, this is just like this is when they announced the game. If you look at this one, the extended demo that came out a couple months ago, not a month, a couple weeks ago. This is basically kind of they show a solid fluid. To see, this was captured on the PlayStation 5.
We're back.
I'm not going to show too much of it because I'm not sure about the copyright stuff.
Still have time to put a stop to this.
Yeah, it doesn't have music. I think it's
Yeah, no, look how solid the transition in the gameplay. Immediate. Like, that's what I like about a game.
Bringing out the big guns.
Alright. Nope, wrong one. Alright. What's the game that you... Oh, yeah, the Spider-Man Miles Morales. There's only a gameplay demo announcement trailer. Here we are. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, how do you not like it? Kind of, Beaver. It's
Like, I see what he's saying. I just googled a couple of comparison photos all over.
A hero's
Like, it's not.
doesn't give up. Dad said
It's kind of hard to express, but they've definitely
he was right.
modernized him in a.
look up the Ratchet and Clank PS4 game. They're making it kind of look a little bit like that.
Okay,
You like yours more, Beard?
let's do this.
Oh, okay.
He means kind of. Hold on. Let's go to a different seat. Nope.
There's so much for this game. I hope they get right.
Remove. Let's see. No, not new seed 1. No. Remove. Okay.
Okay, here's a hot take subject. Did you already cover the Spider-Man PS5 remaster?
No, I was gonna go down to that in a little bit. I was gonna show the Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, no, but Clank 2000. Wait, no, it came out. Did it really come out in 2002? Because I remember it came out in 2000. Oh yeah,
That's what Google says.
yeah. Yeah, it was in production. It went in production November 2001, and what?
it released on 2002. November.
Yeah, it released 2002, but it was in work since 2001. That's what I got. Yeah. versus PlayStation 4. Yeah, you can tell there's a big difference. Because, here's the original. And then here's
That's the
the,
first game from 2002.
oh yeah, but this is the PS4 one, the one they redid.
Yeah, the remaster.
The 2014, I don't know, I don't remember. See, like, there's a big difference. I think they were trying to modernize it so people older could see kind of like, oh yeah, like people younger would be like, hey, let's play the game. I think that's what they were trying to do.
Trying to reel in younger audience.
Yeah, that's what I think they were trying to do.
That's understandable.
The PlayStation 5 face redone for Spider-Man, I don't like it per se, but it's not terrible.
Was that real? I thought it was a mock-up. Oh, never mind. I was having a brain fart. I thought you were talking about something else. Yeah. I don't understand the change, and I also don't understand if the rumors are true. Why are they replacing the original voice actor?
They're not changing the voice actor.
They're not.
Yeah, the voice actor is the same. What they're changing is the face so they can apparently mode capture better for the voice to be working better. That's what they said. That's what they officially said.
Sony. Okay, Sony.
Or they probably hated the original guy that was the face of Spider-Man, and they're like,
Sony just wants to make a play for money and are trying.
It's
to
just more
extend-
money.
Yep.
Much. Yep.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, if you're going to remaster a game for a newer console and you feel like you made a mistake somewhere and you kind of just, refresh it, make it new, look nice and different, fine, whatever. There was nothing, literally nothing wrong with the original model for Peter Parker in the PS4 game. As a matter of fact, I liked it a lot.
yeah. Did you hear about the new Lord of the Rings game they're making?
I did.
Lord of the Rings
I
Gollum?
wasn't really on it or looked into it.
It's apparently about Gollum.
That's a weird choice.
You're
I'm
making a Smeagol game?
look. Lord of the Rings Gollum.
Nutty.
Right.
It lets you play as Gollum.
Who the hell is Daedalic Entertainment?
I don't know.
Oh, they
The-
did. I've seen a couple of games they've done before. They've done a couple of point-and-click games that I've played.
Oh, so it's gonna be. I'm interested in this.
If they're doing Lord of the Rings and it's a point-and-click adventure, I feel.
No, I highly doubt it.
Oh, Resident Evil Village.
Yeah, Resident
Yeah,
Evil Village
game, I
looks
had
good.
so-
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah, we talked about that. I don't know.
So,
Goodbye Volcano High. What is this? Goodbye Volcano High
Visual
follows
novel?
the story of
Why
dinosaur
is it a
teens.
visual novel? Or some shit. I don't know.
Hold on. I want to read this one.
I know you're at high school.
As the choice-based narrative game with beautiful handwritten backgrounds, you follow teenagers as they try to figure out where to next and where they want to be, along with the struggles of entering adulthood. You can also try to find love along the way, with a non-binary protagonist, a lovely art style, and a story-driven focus on the themes we can all relate to. Goodbye Volcano is set to tug at your heartstrings.
The only way it'll tug at my heartstrings is if they go to graduate high school and the extinction happens.
I was gonna say if I heard volcano, I better expect volcano.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it better be a tragedy at the end.
Oh, they're making a new
Show me
Sackboy
the
too.
main character and their love interest like trying to survive a lava flow at the end of high school. Then I'll
Right.
cry.
Okay, it's like all right. See now I can get into this.
What do you guys think about The Demon Souls remake.
Yeah, just to play for money.
Well, no,
Yeah.
they remastered it and done a lot more. They
Have they?
almost eliminated the screen time when you go through the smoke. It's like 3 seconds. It's changed a lot.
So they eliminated the transition time, is what you're saying.
Basically, with the new SSD that they say they have, it eliminates a lot of the load time too.
That sounds like it's more hardware, not the game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're making a Dying Light 2.
Yeah, Dying Light 2, I'm definitely gonna buy it.
Yeah, Little Devil Inside, Returnal, Starfield. I don't know. Wait, is this one still gonna go on since they were bought by Xbox?
I'm assuming that's one of the reasons they got bought by Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Elder Scrolls
Oh
6
boy, Elder Scrolls 6.
might
Six.
not be on PlayStation.
Todd Howard. Don't fuck up. Yeah, Microsoft bought it Bethesda, right?
Yep.
I believe they bought ZeniMax.
Oh, they're releasing a new Worms.
Oh, nice. We can yell at people more. No.
Yeah, Atomic Heart. Oh my god, what is this? Horror fans should rejoice that Mundfish is bringing Atomic
Ugh.
Heart to next gen consoles. The wild looking stuff on Quantum.
Horror game.
They didn't put the new Five Nights at Freddy's game. Hold on.
This gonna be new FNAF.
Yeah, hold on. I'll show Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's
It looks-
going to be a new FNAF.
Here's the trailer.
Gregory, your friends are worried about you. They're here with me. Please come out.
3D FNAF.
Gregory,
Security. Oh, this is security breach?
Yeah.
but it was just a
Yeah.
glitch. It won't happen
Yeah, this one
again.
takes place in a mall.
Oh my god, I just didn't notice the animatronic.
It's been such a difficult
Hold on. Look, there's an animatronic right there.
A what?
There's an
Oh, yeah.
animatronic right
Oh.
there.
Oh.
I didn't notice that. Holy shit.
Nope.
Nah.
Don't like that.
I'm gonna buy it, but it's gonna be hilarious how much I scream.
and we can play a game together. It won't happen again.
Oh god, Freddy with microphone. Okay.
It was just a glitch.
How much money is Fazbear Pizza making that they make something like this in a fucking mall?
Apparently, this takes place in the 80s.
80s?
Yeah, I don't know.
So there's gonna be more story. Yes.
Did you not hear about the new book?
What?
Did you not hear about the new book that Scott Cawthon put?
New book? FNAF? What?
Yeah, apparently they have
You
it
don't
where.
know that Scott makes books?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some of
See-
them.
Oh, it's a PlayStation exclusive.
Really?
Well, no, it's also available on
Right.
PC. Not
PC.
available. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Not also available on PC. Not available on other consoles until 3 months after release date. So it's not
Yeah,
that bad.
Why does Sony get the ability to do that?
Money.
Money.
And good games.
All right. Here's the Hogwarts one.
Magic, those beautiful and powerful, bind us together our long history.
Burp.
That common bond we share is
No,
the
Burp, come
legacy
back.
of Hogwarts.
Okay, bye.
Now it is time to add your own
Oh,
story
epic
to
version
these
of the thing.
Hogwarts, late 1800s.
Yeah.
shape the future of the Wizarding World.
Why is the thing
You
sounds
can
sounds
tell
like
it's the
Adventure?
1800s because they weren't in a flying car; they were in a flying carriage.
Tells the story.
Flying cars even don't exist in the 1990s.
I don't know. I'd probably play like a freaking wizard game in the 1800s.
And grow in your own
It's gonna be a lot of witch burning.
Oh, that's in the Americas though.
most talented.
Or was it in Britain too?
And while your journey
I know they have this, like, it was more. I don't know.
I hate those things.
It seems like it's up.
They're
Up.
on me. Zombies?
Something about the character's face bugs me.
You can
Yeah, the
change it.
character models look a little off.
It's still in production. They were just. I think it'll look a lot better before release.
Ooh, big thingy Cthulhu.
I can tell you one thing just by looking at this, that the issue with the models is they clearly have no facial rigging.
Oh.
They're just stoic.
We're probably not gonna be main character is really not gonna do any talking. Probably.
Well, I mean, but still, when they're like running around or doing anything, they should have facial animations.
Well,
just not look.
It could be that they're in early. They're still working on it.
Yeah, I know.
I just hope they don't come so like Andromeda, like that. Yeah.
Oh God.
Ugh.
I mean, obviously they're still working on it.
All.
You know, which is fine because you should never expect a game trailer to be what it looks like in the
Yeah.
final
Right.
product. Because look
Yeah.
at
But
Spider-Man PS4 in
yeah,
the trailer, and then look at it in game. It's very different.
yeah, and apparently all footage.
Watchdog.
All footage captured on PS5, so it's still work in progress, but they have it in beta. I keep forgetting which scene I am. Okay, I need to really fix my screens.
I don't know. Depends on the gameplay though. Like, it's just animation in the trailer, so I doubt. Like in the past Harry Potter game, there's not really a one with a good gameplay.
Yeah, no, I agree. Okay. I'm trying to think of something. Sorry. If they're remaking the PlayStation, they're for the Spider-Man in PlayStation 5, but they're making it where they're charging basically $20 extra if you want to bring the Miles Morales to get that game. I think they really, I don't know what they've done. They changed the face model. They added 2 more skins, but that's it.
Well, they've remastered it. Is what
Yeah,
they-
but
they've
remastering.
like upped the texture quality of everything.
Remaster. No. you just pretty much pay. It's the same story, the same gameplay, so you pretty much pay like double to it, same game. And
To be honest, I really feel like the remastered version already exists, and it's the version that you play on the PS4 Pro. So that's my 2 cents on it. Sony's just making a dumb money grab and adding a suit that people bitched at that they wanted because I don't even know why.
I don't know.
Okay, so hot take, my 2 cents. I think the Amazing Spider-Man suit from the first Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield looks awful.
Oh yeah.
Which they
From
were
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Literally just Tobey Maguire's suit with bigger eyes.
Not a fan of that. So
But hey, it's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, no, it's fair. It's really fair opinion. What's a one game that you are looking forward to playing when you ever get the money and all that?
next game.
For the next gen stuff, I can't say I'm actually.
Well, not
looking
just
forward
for
to it.
any game, any game.
Any game.
Cyberpunk for sure.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
and Zelda, and the new Zelda.
Oh yeah.
I've had Cyberpunk on pre-order for months now, so it's
I
been
haven't pre-ordered
waiting
yet.
on whenever Steam gets the green light to publish it when it's done.
I'm really worried my PC won't be able to run it smoothly.
I'm slightly worried as well, because I double checked on all my specs and it should be fine, but you know I'm just afraid of like there's gonna be those few moments of frame stutter and shit like that.
Yeah.
I do want to play Hellblade 2.
Hellblade.
Senua's
Are you gonna stream
Sacrifice
it?
was really good.
Are you gonna stream it?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Cool. I'll watch that. That's one of those games for me that I will never personally play it myself, but I will watch. somebody
Love
play it.
to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the one. There's a couple games you know about the Ratchet and Clank, the Spider-Man and all that, but I'm looking forward to the Zelda game, the Age of Calamity, and hopefully whenever it officially releases, the Breath of the Wild 2.
Yep.
Have they even shown literally anything new for Breath of the Wild 2 outside of that one trailer?
It's well. If you watch the Age of Calamity trailer, I don't know which one, but there was a date on there saying, "Hey, more information coming out this time."
Yeah,
Okay.
it gives a date. I think it's the first trailer for the Edge of Clemency.
Hold on, let's go find it.
I take that back. Actually, I am. You know what I'm interested in is this secret Super Mario 35 title, whatever it's going to be.
Were either of you guys fans of Vermintide?
What is that?
New.
The Warhammer Vermintide, like 4-player Left 4 Dead like game.
Oh, yep.
I'd be down to play it, but I never heard of it. But I would be down to try it.
They have Dark Tide coming. That is one game that I wouldn't I'm like excited. I don't know, but I will definitely buy it, just because I did enjoy Vermintide. And they're basically going to have a Warhammer 40k variant of that. So it's going to be sci-fi and everything else like that instead of the more RPG-esque
Yeah.
world.
All right, I got the trailer pulled up. I don't know if this is the right one, but we can check out the trailer and then look at. But this is the
It'll be
Age.
on the end.
Yeah, I know, but the trailer is awesome. So
The history of the
I'm
world's
gonna buy it.
mankind is also the history of Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
I like that they're keeping the style in line with Breath of the Wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like personally moving forward, that should be the new style for Zelda.
I gotta tell you, I basically bought a Switch for Zelda and returned it within a week.
What?
I hated this game, man. I hated Breath of the Wild. The instant they lost me is when they made me do a dungeon that I had to like flip my controllers around using their stupid
Oh.
crap. I was instantly like, nope, this is dumb. I hate this mechanic. Any game that uses this mechanic is stupid. And I was done with the game right then and there.
I just did it. I just flipped it completely around and then threw it.
Yeah, flip it around and catch the boy from the back.
Yeah, that's how I did it. I was just
I
like,
have, as much as I have a Switch now again, but in as much as I enjoy it, I think physics-based mechanics in a game in most console games are just really bad ideas.
yeah.
Like making me swing a controller around if I'm not playing VR is just dumb.
Wait, this is already gone. Oh, so
The only game I enjoy motion control on is Super Mario Galaxy.
Ooh.
Because
Alright.
in the Super Mario All-Star game, they actually have you do that with the Joy-Cons, kind of like how you used to do with the Wiimotes. I don't know if you're actually able to do it with like normal controls, but I've just been doing it with the Joy-Cons traditionally, just because that's how I played it. when I was
Yeah.
younger.
This is the only trailer they've released or information about Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, and that was the one they released earlier this year, right?
No.
Oh.
It was last year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, E3 2019. Oopers, bud.
I think they put this game to buy more time for the second kid.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised in the least. Also, if we find out they've just put this game to rest after the.
Yeah, after the 2 comes out, like
Because didn't this trailer get like a somewhat negative response?
No. People
they
are.
have similar games on the before, so people.
All the people I saw were like really excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Tuscan looking all husky and nasty.
Ah. I'm Steve. Hey, apparently you can mod Breath of Wild now.
Yeah, on
on
Wii.
Switch.
On the
Development.
Switch. Okay. Imagine they here tune in next year at this like November. They like added that secretly. No. Ugh. All right. No, but like any game, like like I'm glad the Age of Calamity is coming out because it's gonna give the Zelda team a little more time to do Breath of the Wild 2. Or whatever they're gonna call it.
Age of Calamity was probably their top priority in terms of release.
Yeah, well, if they're still working on Breath of the Wild 2, they're like, let's do this game, kind of hold the fans over for another kind of half a year or a year, and kind of get this game kind of polished and ready to go.
Just by spot of eye, I would say that Breath of the Wild and Age of Calamity were probably made side by side, or at least one after the other.
Yeah.
Probably why the stylization looks the same.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Did you guys watch the gameplay for Resident Evil 8 yet?
I can pull it up.
Yes, I have. Wow, I am excited.
Yeah, Resident Evil 8. I didn't know it was Resident Evil until later. It looked so good.
Resident Evil Village is a sequel to Resident Evil 7.
7, yep. But God, the Resident Evil movie though. Yeah. God help us.
Alright, I got
People
one
always
video.
talk about these video game to life movies done wrong. That's the fucking prime example right there.
You know,
I think the only good thing to come out of the movies was Renfield.
Yes.
hey, well, the Ratchet and Clank movie wasn't that bad. They basically took the cutscenes. Were like, here you go.
Boy, we ain't talking about no Ratchet and Clank. We talking about zombies.
Well, I'm just saying, they did a movie for Ratchet and Clank.
No, but
Personally, I
look-
don't get the guff over video game to life movies because
The live action movie-
phenomenal.
live action movie needs to be done right. But like if it's a pure animation movie, I'm fine with it. But if they want to make a live action movie with like actors and stuff, they need to.
The only live action video game movie that pops in my head is freaking Super Mario.
Oh, the worst one.
Uh,
All right, here.
Speaking of Super Mario movie, when in the hell are we gonna get a trailer for that?
Ever?
They probably realized, like, do we really want to make another Super Mario movie?
Yeah,
Well, this
they're
one's
probably
supposed
like,
to be completely CG, kind of like God, who is doing that movie? I want to say it's Illumination, but I don't think that's right.
I'm also showing the Resident Evil trailer.
Give glory.
It looks so good.
Bell tolls for us all. They're coming again.
I mean, Capcom pretty much admit that in the 5, 6, they are just a cash grab game. They are not even trying to make a good game.
What?
Resident Evil 5, Resident Evil 6.
Uh,
After the success of Resident Evil 4, they actually admit that because more people pay for that those style of games, so they just keep making it.
Yeah.
So they're not even try to make it good.
this one doesn't look bad.
At least, yeah, at least they go back to like after 7, they actually go back to like this kind of horror feeling.
Mother's worried cries faded fast as the girl ran on, over vine, under branch, and into the forest deep.
This is the part that throws me off. Like Resident Evil and that and what?
It's just a local tale.
Yeah, Illumination has the rights and are currently working on with
Super Mario.
Miyamoto for a Super Mario Brothers the movie for 2022.
Where aren't they making like a Zelda one too? Somebody's working.
I've not heard anything on that.
I never heard of it.
I heard of something about it.
Is that Legend of Zelda movie?
If it's just a window shop.
If they're gonna do a Legend of
Oh.
Zelda live action
What?
movie, they need to have Link do like "Excuse me,"
No.
princess, like
Princess?
the old series.
Do it! Do it!
Alright.
Excuse.
Aw.
Yeah, this
Alright. This is the Demon Soul remake. The one I was talking about.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended.
Yeah, like when I'm talking about like Legend of Zelda cartoon, like "Excuse me, princess," I mean like,
Alright.
no, it didn't work.
I just heard princess.
we got a princess. We didn't get. Excuse me.
Hang on. Let's see if I can fix it.
I'm trying to see. Oh, I just heard, well, excuse me.
Cake is my weakness.
Yeah.
My personal favorite. Good old thwomp. Alright, I'll be right back.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah. You know how they had the fog as the loading time? Like, look at that. Basically instant. Alright, well, oh yeah, didn't oh yeah, update to the Fall Guys season 2, right?
Oh, yep, true.
Yep.
I don't know if I want to check that out later, like tomorrow, or I'm not gonna stream it or anything. I wanted to check it out, but I've heard a lot of bad things about it. People are not happy.
I mean, it
Happy
started
about
out
what?
too big. People won't ever be happy about it.
That's true. Well,
Fall Guys season 2.
didn't Milton slam his controller in his head and left imprints from it?
Wait, what? I missed that.
Did Milton dent his head with his controller? Is that what you just said?
He left 2 marks on his head. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Holy ow.
Yeah, he like the Y and B button were like imprinted on his head.
Oh.
He was slamming his control. I don't know what caused him to get pissed off at that, but you know. All right. What's a one game you wish you could play again, but you can't play it because it's either out of season or not? You can't access it anymore.
That's a good question.
Oh, I think I got you guys.
I mean, most of game you can still play
Well,
it.
yeah, but there's some game companies that went down, like what was that one company? Telltale Games, and they
Oh, that-
you can't play some
Yeah,
of their
they
games.
deserve to go down though.
Yeah, they deserved it, but I'm just saying, you know, you can't play some.
I
of
don't
their-
like Telltale games, so I don't really care.
I only had one. It was the Minecraft story mode,
Oh yeah, that. But
season 1 and 2.
I like 1, 2 is
Play those on Netflix.
Only
yeah,
one.
you can play those on Netflix. Oh, you only one?
Yeah, you can only play the first 5 games because they were gonna do more and then they went out of business and didn't finish it.
What
When
is
the season 2 pull like all the YouTubers in there, I'm just
No, there's only like Stampy Cat and I don't know who the other one is.
Sparkle.
No, Sparkles was killed off in the first game.
Wait.
The episodes, you know, he was killed off in
Oh
the
yeah.
spoilers. Sorry, I forget. Well, you can't really never play it anymore, so unless you didn't, if you never had it, you can't play it now. Unless you find a way to play it. But spoilers, I'm sorry. I blame Wiz, even though he's not here.
I thought he was gonna be.
He ate those spicy chicken McNuggets, and his stomach went,
Ooh.
yeah. So I was like, no, you just do, no problem. Just chill out, do what you want to do. Emo's not having a good day either.
The one game that's one play. You can still access the most of game even though it's not multiplayer.
Yeah, well, there is a game probably out there that you have never truly played in a long time that you can't really play anymore. Or that you want to play, like, or get it remastered or something.
Sorry, what was the question?
What?
What were you asking?
I was asking what game would you want to play again, like as a remastered or something, you know, remastered or brought back.
Oh, I wouldn't even need a remaster. I just want to play WildStar again.
What is WildStar?
Did they shut down servers for WildStar?
Oh yeah, years ago.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Yeah, what about you,
Yeah,
Sharky?
They shut down 2 years ago. Huh. I remember playing that for a good couple of months. It was a good game.
You know, it wasn't a good game, but I'd still totally play it again. Tabula Rasa was amusing.
Alright.
That game did not last long. I don't even think it lasted a year, and they shut the servers down.
Ooh.
And I remember just seeing piles of copies of that game outside of GameStop in a dumpster.
Didn't they do that with the ET game too? Where they literally buried it? Yeah, the ET game.
There's an ET game?
You don't guys know about the ET game?
The
No.
original
It's
ET
really
game
old,
for the
yeah.
Atari?
Yeah. They literally threw it away. They literally buried it in dirt. And they literally buried it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And the world favorite, really, I guess.
It was a really bad game too.
So, I mean, obviously.
Oh. That's
Oh.
oh, that scared me. Thanks for the raid, Night Raven. How was your stream? That scared the hell out of me. Oh my god, my heart. Oh, how you doing? Oh, that's good. You scared me. Oh god, that's oh man. Okay. Getting off of that. Take a breath, man. Okay. Have you guys enjoyed the remasters of the Resident Evil games from a while back? You know, the new ones that came out that were remastered of the originals?
The 1 and 2 remaster and
Yeah. Did
3.
you?
One's fine. 2 is good. 3 I don't like.
All right.
I never actually got to play them, though. I did play the original Resident Evils back in the day. Like, I mean, when they were brand new.
Yeah, this Resident Evil 2 is my first game ever played on console.
I have never played a Resident Evil game.
Neither have I.
Like,
Lots of people play 'em, though.
Yeah, I
Like,
played
Resident
the first
Evil-
Resident Evil with my brother.
All right.
Yeah, play my sister. We just scream.
Yep.
Did you guys know that they're releasing an Oculus Quest 2?
Oculus what?
Oculus Quest 2.
Oh.
They're releasing basically like another version of the Oculus. I don't know what the Oculus Quest. I don't know what's new with it.
I'm personally just very against Oculus now.
Well, yeah. I don't like it, but I was just like, what did they change? Because it can't really be anything different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just add more cash, probably.
Well, Facebook is probably paying. Well, yeah, they're owned by Facebook, so they're like, hey, have people sign into Facebook so people know what they're doing. And I was like, I don't like that.
I mean, I already have a Facebook account, so I don't really mind.
Well, yeah, I have a Facebook account, and I
tried
don't
it,
want it.
like, years ago.
I don't use it. That's the problem. I don't want to use it because I don't like the site.
Well, I have to use it because all the freaking East is still using it. God damn.
You know, like, yeah, like, I check on it to check on family. That's basically it. If I ever go on Facebook, I go, hey, what's my family doing? Oh, never mind. And then I
People
exit
still
out.
running Facebook fan page here.
They still use what?
Facebook fan page.
There's a fame page? What the heck?
Yeah, there's a lot of fan page out of the feature. That you can open a fan page on Facebook.
Yeah, fan pages are like dime a dozen.
I've never heard of it. Well, getting off that, I don't like how Facebook is basically, hey, here you go. You have to sign into your Oculus through Facebook. I'm like, no. I'd rather be offline and deal with Steam. You get a VR from like Vive and all that, than have to sign into
Vive-
Facebook. Because they're selling your information.
Why
Facebook.
just steal your information?
Well, yeah, but Facebook is literally like, hey, we're selling your information to people so you get targeted with ads.
Vive
Yeah.
is more run by China.
Man, why you gotta be honest like that?
Yeah.
Have to.
It's a little, yeah.
You have to choose. Do you want to link it to an advertiser or do you want to link it to other countries?
Fair.
Well, technically, with that Face app, we just leaked ourselves.
Yeah, and TikTok.
I never joined TikTok, so
Good. Never join TikTok.
Yeah, nothing of value will be lost.
I've worked in IT and security for too long. I don't touch any of that stuff. I shut myself out from pretty much everything when it comes to that.
I only use
Ooh.
that. Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, that is a smart idea.
What do you guys feel about fan games? The people that make games kind of based on the thing?
Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't mind.
Well, yeah, but what do you feel about them charging money because technically they're not supposed to?
No,
But-
right?
No, right, but if you want to make a game, you need money.
Well, that I know that, but I'm just saying, it could cost you.
Oh, if it costs me like $60, then no, nope, not it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's just like I like a lot of fan games, but if you're gonna like basically overcharge for it, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't like that. I think there's a fan game for Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I forgot the name though.
I don't know, but I know there's a lot of fan games for like the Five Nights at Freddy's series. And what Scott did, he said instead of
Scott's okay with that. If
no, hold on,
Scott even
hold on.
started,
I was about to say that. Go ahead, Sharky.
No, say what?
He basically made it where he was going to make a whole thing where they're able to do what they want to do with this franchise kind of thing. Basically, what you were going to say, but go ahead and say it. You probably explain it a lot better than me.
Launched an initiative with a bunch of popular fan game creators, and actually is like giving them money towards helping to make the games.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah. I think that's a good thing, He's helping them out, and he's also getting stuff back from it, That's what I say. So, any other things you guys want to talk about? Okay. Hold on. I don't. All right. When do you think the full game of Baldur's Gate 3 will come out?
Oh, probably not till like late 2021.
All right.
They were in early access with Divinity for almost a year, I think, if not a little bit more.
Do you think they're gonna add more classes and all that in the game, or they're just?
Oh yeah, there's already like, there's nothing officially announced, but they've already talked that there are
Yeah, it's
there's at least
shaken.
Dragonborn gonna be coming in there, I think,
Ooh.
because they still have to do the whole player's handbook. They haven't done all the classes yet. They plan on doing every class that's a official player's handbook class.
Which ones are not official ones?
Artificer and Blood Hunter are the big ones.
I
Those
thought.
are not Artificer is part of D&D officially, but it's not part of the player handbook. That's a newer class that's been added.
Oh.
Did it talk about something about riding a dragon or something like that?
Well,
I don't know on that one.
I don't know.
I do know there's still missing Dragonborn, and I think that was the only class I saw that I thought they were missing. I was looking at it earlier.
Well, Wiz was talking about he wanted to make a war. Oh.
Right, Warforged is
Yeah,
not part of the
Warforged.
player's handbook. The
Is
player's
it
handbook
official,
is like
though?
the original D&D 5e book. Like, this is what you bought to play. This is the DM book. And Warforged was added actually is like part of 4e in a different whole. It was actually part of a completely different universe.
Oh.
There's like 3 major universes for D&D.
There's 3 different universes?
Yeah.
Man, I need to.
That's too much.
I still want to play it, but I just don't know what.
I never played D&D before.
The like official ones, it's Eberron, Faerun, and oh man, there's another. I can't remember the third one. It's super old. Greyhawk. There you
Greyhawk.
go.
All right. All right, that's all right. When you make a new character and all that, Van, how would you talk to somebody making a new character as you did was Wiz or something?
My big thing is I want to know what they want to do with their character, because just because you have your idea on a class doesn't necessarily mean that's gonna fit what it is you want to do as a character.
All right.
I mean, with Wiz, like one of the big things he wanted to do was being able to like do things like throw knives and things like that. Well, that's easily doable as a rogue, and I think that was actually his original idea, was to play a rogue. But that isn't the only way you can do that, and that's when we start talking warlock. Because I mean, the way I even explained it to him was that you can tailor a spell to look like anything you want. It's just like a staff is a staff. It's still a stick that you're gonna hit somebody with, but
Yeah.
for it could look like anything. So like you can still be casting the same spell as everybody else. It's just you can make it fit your playstyle or your character. So
All right.
with his Eldritch Blast spell that he uses, they actually look like daggers that he's throwing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So, all right, but what advice would you give to somebody kind of going into D&D, like understanding a little bit, but they're still kind of not sure about D&D?
Don't don't worry about the class as much as get an idea of what your character is and what you want to do with it, because you can tailor quite a bit of the class stuff around that.
Mm-hmm.
Have a character in your head already, or work to build that. Though if you absolutely can't think of one, you could always pick a class and try to build a character around it. But I've always seen that most people have an idea of what they want to be, they just don't know how to do it.
All right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Where does what's the campaign you're running now? What inspiration did you get with that story? I'm not gonna ask you anything other, but what kind of inspirations helped build that?
So one of the things I did with all of my players is I have actually all asked them a set of questions that I had them answer me beforehand, and it was things like, in 3 words, describe yourself, and like, what is it you fear, and is there any major regret that you have, and I even tailored some unique to each player. I don't want to say who,
Yeah.
but I actually asked one of the players, one of the questions that I brought up was, what is something that is false that everybody thinks is true? And there's just, it's things like that that I helped to give them a thought process of putting more background information behind their characters. And some people gave me like quick one-liners and things like that. Some people gave me like small novels for their characters. And the fun thing about D&D as a DM is it's really a monkey's paw situation in those types of deals, because
Yeah.
anything you give me that's open-ended means I get to just tear it apart. And
What
it's-
what do you
it's a
mean
lot
by
of
tear
fun.
apart?
You may tell me, okay, I mean, this is just pulling something out of the top of my head, but like, you may say that you are here because your village burned down and you're trying to find the person that did it. Well, there's so many questions there that aren't answered. Why was your village burned down? Who did it? Why did they do it? Like, what's the reasoning behind it? Was that village good? Was it bad? Was there like ulterior motives going on? There's so many things you can do with that one scenario, and that's kind of the same thing with a player's background. Any open spaces there, anything that could lead to a question, can lead to an entire storyline.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, how do you create a character's backstory? Like, do you ask them to create one, or do you kind of help them build it around the world you're building?
Part of my storyline, actually, for the campaign that I'm running right now, is that I upfront told the characters that they are more than happy to give me any background, but their characters themselves, more. I don't think amnesia is the right word to terminology to use for it. They made a. We actually had 3 session 0s. They weren't recorded. They were just there to let the players get comfortable with the game and just kind of figure things out. But it also was there to help them kind of get into the world. And I mean, it's going to come into play later or anything and stuff like that. But essentially, one of the things that they did, and this, when we actually had our session 1, that was technically session 4, because those first 3 sessions were actually them reliving an early memory from when they all first met each other, and they were actually in the underworld, going through this memory together.
Oh.
And then, as they were getting further and further into the game, they started noticing things were a little strange or things were a little off, and that's when I finally kind of pulled the rug completely. And once they found this door and they went through it, this archway that we're always talking about, the vault,
Yeah.
that is when the whole world basically seemed grayscale to them. And some of them I think it was Sando that picked it up instantly. It was Sando or Emo picked it up instantly, but a couple of them didn't really pick it up until I pretty much threw it right in their face as they were going through this decrepit area and just kind of getting an idea of, like, there was broken murals and things like that that kind of helped them see a story that had parts of it. And then and the murals basically showed like this deity or this champion, stealing the sun and then breaking it off in pieces and giving his champions a little bit of the sun to help fight the darkness and things like that. And that was to basically hint at the players. And near the end, they actually found sarcophagus that each had like intricate designs on it. And slowly but surely, as after, like, it took about just looking at 2 of them when they realized, wait a second, these are way too familiar. And as they looked at all of them, they realized it was their own graves.
Oh, that's wow. Yeah, I was there. I was watching that moment. It's like, that's interesting. It's like, because each one was like, is this like a I don't know if they each said it. I think Sandwich said, "Oh, is this our graves or something?"
Right. Yeah. The first. I forgot about that. We did stream the third session 0, but the first two were never actually recorded or anything like that. But,
Yeah, I remember. He's like, "This is our graves, right?" And they met like a god or deity that's like, "Oh,
Right. And the deal that they made was that he could bring them back, but it was going to come at a cost. And he didn't really go into the cost too much, but or was very vague about it, because that's just the way gods are. They don't
Yeah.
feel like always telling you things straight up. That's part of what they just do. But essentially part of that was that they are essentially new souls. They just happen to look like they used to look. They don't have any of their old memories. Anything that they have is like almost basic world knowledge that you would kind of just obtain. I mean, I didn't want them coming around and saying, "What's a cow?" Right? That would have been just silly. So
yeah."
anything that was like related to their past was pretty much taken from them as a whole.
So their souls are new, but their bodies look the same. So they're basically
I should say that their reincarnation is a thing in this.
Well, that's what I was kinda
essentially
grabbed, like,
it's
are
the
they-
same soul in a new form?
okay. That's
But
that's a
part of session 1's intro kind of showed how they died. They didn't necessarily give too much info as to what was going on, but it very much hinted that they look like they used to look. They I don't want to say too much.
well, no,
but,
yeah, no, just
uh,
I'm not trying to pry like any information. because
sure.
I just want to
I have-
understand kind of like how
I've
you
heavily
care.
hinted, and they know this. I think they've kind of got the idea that I've heavily hinted that this isn't their first life and it may not be their last. And all of those past lives could have set a lot of foundation to the world.
So
including-
basically, their past lives have been influenced the world, but they're not. It's not in a way that they might think it would be.
right, because they've technically been from session 0 to session 1. They were technically dead for 500 years. That's 500 years that I can just build based on the things they've told me.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay, did you stream the part where they were at a mountain that blew up
Yes.
or whatever? Because I apparently I missed that. I don't really.
That was the end of the last session. So session 4, I think, is what that one was.
Oh, no, I didn't hear that part. Then I don't know what I did.
They had a fight, and then they had to basically try to escape the mountain, and they just barely made it. And then as they were doing that, the mountain collapsed behind them. But they went through the gate and left before they saw the whole thing.
Oh, okay. So, the original people that were on there before Wiz joined, that's their backstory. Basically, they were dead for 500 years?
Yes.
Okay. And,
Wiz is an interesting one.
well, I don't want to force you to tell us anything, but I was just going to say, like, is he a part of their story somehow, or not? Without giving anything away. It's probably you can't say anything,
Fate has a funny way of putting people together for certain reasons.
Alright, I'll take that. I
If you
bet
guys
so.
gonna stream D&D next time, can you tag me, because I would like to watch.
I love D&D, man. It's
Yeah,
so
you-
fun.
I think he
love to watch people play.
he streams it on Tuesdays, I believe, when they have a
Tuesday
chance.
nights, yeah.
Just Wednesday. Okay, got it.
I will always say that I don't consider myself like a great DM.
I-
I have a lot to learn. I still
Well, yeah, but
I look up to a lot of people that I know that DM. Tech is a great example. That dude is an amazing storyteller.
tell me,
and
yeah.
we talk that kind of stuff all the time, and I love that. I could talk D&D all night. It's a very dangerous topic for me.
Oh, hey, I'm
one of those
down.
People where I'm super quiet until you hit one of those kind of topics.
Yeah,
and
no,
you can
I'm-
just go on and on and on.
I want to learn more about D&D and kind of how how it all works, because I read some of the player's handbook. I have the monsters handbook. I have the DM handbook. It came in a pack or whatever, but I never truly kind of understand what the whole. I want to try it, and all that, but I just don't understand. Basically, it's like the dice control everything, or is it basically up to the DM what happens?
50-50. I
Okay.
mean, technically, it's D&D changes based on the people you're playing with. That's always a big one. You kind of need to tailor your rule set to the people that are playing. There are people who I know DMs that are 100%. You follow the rules. The rules are in the book, and if you see something that that basically says this is how it goes, this is how it goes, and I'm not going to break from that. But I find that to be a little too restrictive, and I think you have a lot of fun when you just kind of go with the more role play esque yes and mentality, where and this is something I've talked to with my players about all the time, and I tell them this, like, the way I set the story out is, like, as an example, they're in the city of Athos right now. Well, I'm not going to say there are exactly 117 people in this town. That is a obscure number that exists. That
Is
just,
there
I don't know every
170?
NPC. No,
Okay, I
don't-
was like gonna
couldn't
say.
tell you.
I was gonna say like.
That's just too restrictive for me. And
Well,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna like list out 117 NPCs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But if they say, "Hey, kid," then yes, okay, by all means, there's a kid there. I can totally work with that. That's how I DM.
All
Like,
right.
I
Yeah.
give them the world to do things in, and if they want to poke at it any way they want, that's kind of part of the fun.
Yeah.
And they've definitely thrown me for a loop with it.
What do you mean by they've thrown you in a loop? Have they done something you weren't expecting?
Oh, all the time, all the time.
Didn't Ray like make emo enlarged or something?
Yes. So the Ray, being a magic user, is so fun because he knows D&D, and I love it because he knows how dangerous casters can be. The spells that he uses and the spells that he has in his repertoire are very dangerous spells that wouldn't seem like it. Reduce and Large is one of those spells that there's really not a lot of rules behind it, and it could be a monkey's paw situation. It's something we talked about before. Like, the way that works is you can make an object bigger or smaller, but what's an object? Like, if you cast it on a bridge, is the bridge the object, or is a brick in the bridge the object? That is the question.
Yeah.
And so I can totally mess with him just as much as he messes with me, but that's just kind of the fun of it. But like, even things like beer using speak with animals and the horses, I didn't have any. I knew like a general idea of what happened here, but the idea in my head was they weren't really going to figure it out anytime soon.
Yeah.
And then he went and talked to horses, and it's like, crap, they were there. Party may have not have seen people, but the damn horses would have. So I had to make NPCs on the fly because I didn't plan for them to find them that quick.
Yeah.
It was not a spell I even remembered them having.
Well,
and so I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But isn't the warlock was the great old one? Isn't the great old one?
Wiz is playing Great Old One.
Yeah. Doesn't it one of the feats or something have where you can talk to animals?
He has telepathy.
Okay, he has something
But
else.
they have to know a language.
Oh. So he
That's the
chose
way-
something else then? Because. Hold on.
So with Great Old One, you get a couple of spells that the way patrons work with warlocks is picking a patron gives you a set of unique spells that you can choose from on top of a generic spell list, and you get some bonuses for being part of that group. So with Great Old One, you're basically making a deal with a Cthulhu-like being, and as part of that, you get telepathy. But part of the deal of telepathy is that in order to speak with something in their brain, they have to understand at least a language. It doesn't have to be one you
Oh,
know,
yeah.
but they have to know a language for it to work.
You can awaken mind. You can telepathically speak to any creature you can see within 30 feet of you if it understands at least one language. So if it if it's like, what kind of language would it count then?
Anything, even common or undercommon,
But
or
how would
a
an
blue
animal?
goblin. And animals don't really speak though, right?
Yeah,
They
that's what I'm
have
saying. Like how?
they have like gestures and things like that, so that doesn't really count as a full like organized language.
So basically, if you got animal speak as a spell, or yeah, I don't know what the spell is called, and with the awakened mind, could you understand like kind of two things at once, or do you have to activate it
Oh, yeah,
separately?
I mean, technically, yeah. Speak with animals just lets you talk with animals, even if they can't speak. That's it's more like telepathy for animals specifically. It's
Yeah.
more it's basically understanding the gestures and the grunts and the things like that that they make. It's a weird spell, but it's essentially how it functions. I mean, there's technically even a speak with plants. I've seen people talk to trees and have conversations with trees. So
All right. What is the eyes of the rune keeper? What does that do? Because it says you can read all writing, but what does that like?
let me see. Oh, Eyes of the Runekeeper is the oh yeah. So the way that works, the warlocks are weird, man. They essentially you make a deal with your patron and you just get these flat out bonuses. And some of these bonuses are really crazy, but it's because a warlock gets a lot of spells, but they can't cast a lot of spells. You can have a huge repertoire, but your spell casting ability is extremely limited.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the packed boons that you can pick from, these are like workarounds essentially. You're pretty much making a deal to get the ability to cast a spell without needing to use a spell slot, and that's what all of those are. So essentially, what Eyes of the Runekeeper is doing is giving you comprehend all languages or something like that, but like for words specifically, so you can read. Part of comprehend languages is you can speak and read anything that you can that isn't forcing itself to be unknowable, and so you're getting half of that spell for free, more or
All right.
less.
And Eldritch Sight, you can cast detect magic at will without expending a spell slot. So basically, you can check to see if you see anything, or
Detect magic, like if you use detect magic, your eyes typically glow, and what you see around you, if it's glowing, you know it's magic, and the more bright it is, the more magical it is.
all right. Wouldn't
You
the
could like look at a pile of swords and then use detect magic. You pick out the one that's magical.
all right? So basically, like if your warlock's like a researcher and all that, wouldn't the runes of the runes of the eyes of the rune keeper, wouldn't that be great for the character?
I mean, it's interesting because it's like you have to kind of go off of, are you using it for the roleplay aspect or are you using it for the utility, like the actual utility? And those are two different perspectives, quite a bit of times. Having something because it fits your character versus having something because it's really really good is a tough
Well,
decision you have to make quite a bit.
the way I built that the warlock I made a long time ago, I made it where he was a person that wanted to learn knowledge kind of based, but I don't know. I never knew if it worked or not.
uh Eyes of the Runekeeper would be big because the way if you're going to be doing things like it's almost and a great example that I have from one of my early campaigns is we were actually playing an old adventure, and there was a fountain in one room, and when you read the word that was in Draconic, even if you didn't understand it, the words basically meant heal. And if you basically said the Draconic word for heal, the fountain started spitting out a healing potion. Um, and then when you went into the next room, there was another word, and so you automatically assume, oh, this is going to be good too. Well, it was the Draconic word for death, and if you read it out loud,
You died.
you had poison spit in your face. So knowing the words in front of you can be huge. So, but it's also situational. But everything in D&D can be like that, though. Everything
yeah.
is situational.
What is the spell friends? I don't understand this.
It's when you touch somebody for like a minute or so, they think you've been best friends like all their life.
Oh.
But they will know that you did that to them once it's done.
Okay. So it's basically like charm person though.
Yeah, it's like a quick version of that.
So basically, you can cast friends, get what you want, the information you want, then be like, "Oh, thank you," and then, like in a minute, and then kind of walk away before the minute. Will they?
Just try to walk away as quick as you can, or kill the person. Take your pick.
Could you recast it though at the same time?
I mean, they always are going to have a chance of resisting it, and they will know you did something, and they will know what they gave you. So if they just gave you like secret information, they're going to know they just divulged things they shouldn't have divulged, and that can be problematic.
So basically, like after you're done getting all the information, knock them out or kill them.
Or run. Take your pick.
All right.
Most people aren't going to be happy that you just cheated them out of something.
What is hellish rebuke? When you get hit, you automatically do a automatic cast back at them.
Yes, the way Hellish Rebuke works is if they hit you, you automatically do damage to them.
Oh, okay. That's really interesting. What is okay? Inspiration, does that mean a bonus to anything?
Inspiration is a feature you don't normally, as a player, get access to unless the DM deems you to have it. It's normally given to players for any number of reasons. DMs can all have their own reasons to do it. I like to give inspiration at points of where I think the player is really sticking their guns to their character, even if it's something that could have hindered them. I think it's fun to play the detrimental sides of your character, even if it's in a bad situation and things like that. Even if you know it could possibly lose you something, if you stick to the true self, then I think that is a good point of getting inspiration. And the way it works is you pretty much can use it to get advantage on the roll.
Oh, okay. See, I'm learning stuff I didn't know. Thank you for all this.
Yeah.
What is Blood Hunter though?
Blood Hunter is an unofficial class. The only reason it's even on D&D Beyond
Because
is there's a Twitch
Critical Role?
channel called Critical Role, and one of their main characters was playing a Blood Hunter. It's actually a custom class that was made by the DM, Matt Mercer. And so, because they were also sponsors for the stream, they threw Blood Hunter on D&D Beyond so that he could use it and basically pimp it out on the show. And so, but his character, I mean, I don't want to say too much, I don't want to spoil anything, but he's playing a different character, take it as you will. And so now that class is just still kind of there.
Alright. Isn't there a spell for warlocks that you can play where you can cast like wizard spells, but not all of them, just a couple of them?
Let me see.
Because I was looking it up like a couple back, and there was like a cantrip or something where I don't know.
I think it might be one of the packs.
Oh, okay.
If you take packs are a big deal. The way packs work is you choose a pact, and based on the pact you choose, you are getting special abilities that are unique to that pact. So like there is
what kind of packs are there? Because I know there's like a queen or whatever, butterfly or whatever.
There's 3 major packs. There's Pact of the Chain, Pact of the Tome, and Pact of the Blade. Pact of the Blade is a very melee heavy warlock. Though the idea is that you didn't necessarily you basically it usually goes along with playing the Hexblade, which is one of the patrons,
Yeah.
and that's not necessarily making a deal with a god or a demon or a fey creature or anything like that. You basically made a deal with a weapon or a really sentient weapon or anything like that, and so Pact of the Blade tends to go along with that pretty heavily, and it allows you to do things like you bind to your weapon, and it is now part of you, and you can basically summon it and unsummon it at will. So you could like walk into a ballroom unarmed, and then with a thought of your mind, you can all of a sudden have a weapon in your hand. Or you could trade it away in a gambling game, and then just with a flick of your wrist, it's back in your hand. Like that's the way Pact of the Blade works. And
So
you can change it out as much as you want.
So basically, with the Pack of the Blade, you could be like, "Oh, you want my sword? Here you go." And then while they were gone, you
Yeah.
call it back,
Yep.
being like a troll kind of thing.
Pact of the Chain is you actually get a pet.
Oh.
You get what's called a familiar.
What kind of pets
And-
is that? What Wiz has?
Yes, yeah, he's using Pact of the Chain, and so he has a familiar, and the way familiars work they are pets that you can use to either spy and stuff, and you kind of have like a brain connection with them to a certain degree and things like that. They can also have an action that they can use, or they usually have like perks and stuff. Like having a flying familiar means you could have like a raven sitting up in a tree looking down at somebody, and you could actually be seeing through its eyes and seeing what's going on and things like that.
Oh, what kind of familiars can you have?
There's a bunch.
Okay.
It's like bat, crab, cat, hawk, owl, things like that. You can have like a weasel or a rat, things like and as a warlock specifically, you can get imps, sprites, stuff like that. And then Pact of the Tome is you get extra magic spells, like a lot. And that's also the one that lets you get extra spells from other classes.
Oh, okay. The Pack of the Tome actually seems closer to my character would have when I made it. I don't know.
The big thing with Pact of the Tome is you get, I think it's 3 cantrips regardless of class. So you get 3 level 0 spells from any class in existence. That's a big one.
Yeah.
And seeing how warlocks don't have a lot of spell slots, having a lot of free
Cantrips,
spells is pretty big. Especially knowing that the way warlocks work, Eldritch Blast is pretty much a requirement. It's your best spell no matter what.
It's
So
it's
you
your
pretty
only
much
really.
You have to take it.
Yeah,
it's
it's
pretty
like-
much required.
Isn't it really your only attacking spell at the beginning?
No, you can have other ones, but there are so many warlock abilities that modify that spell, and as you get higher level, it becomes even stronger.
Oh, okay.
As you level up, you actually get more bolts per attack, and so it'll actually have like a multi-attack to it with a single spell use. And then there's things that make it do like 300-foot range, or hit somebody and knock them back, or hit somebody and pull them to you, or do more damage based on your charisma. It's nuts.
Yeah, that's. Man, it's making me want to play D&D more. Well, one day. It's kind of like, I don't know what time it is for you. It's 10:42 for me.
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Sharky's probably around the same time where it's 2:00.
Yeah, it's almost 2.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
All right, let's start wrapping this up. I found some non-copyrighted music. All right. Is there anybody you want to raid? Raid. Guys,
Uh,
I don't know.
Beaver Trap's online. He's the only one really online.
no rating.
Alright. Alright, I want you guys to spam any hearts you have. Let them know that, let them know, say hi, let them know. Thanks for coming out. I hope I made your day a little better. And I'll see you guys either Saturday or Sunday, and we'll be back with Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to try single player with the Twitch thing. So, if you want to screw around with me with Twitch, I'll see you guys then. Alright. Stay safe. Have a good weekend. I love you all. Bye.